Welcome back, you guys, to welcome back to the tapping club, everybody. Welcome to another tapping session with me, Hannah. I am a master level EFT practitioner and I'm obsessed with tapping. For those of you who have not done these lives with me yet, or maybe haven't even read any of my work or any of my notes or anything like that, I'm looking at my notes actually right now, but as we get started, I want to make sure I stay on task because today I'm really excited about what we're tapping on today. It's all about tapping into that energy, that feeling of like, what if it actually can work out for me, right? What if things can go better than I'm thinking they can? Because I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, I have for most of my life held on to this limited belief, this limited perspective that things just don't work out for me. And I used to blame my circumstances. I used to blame events and the way things played out. I used to blame those things for that feeling. But really, that's the decision I made. We can choose to look at any situation any which way we want. And I chose at a very young age to define my circumstances from the negative, and that's okay. It is what it is. We don't need to judge that part of ourselves. Whatever it is, however you relate to this. So, what I want you to do, if you're going to do this tapping with me today, I want you to bring to mind something in your life that feels really uncertain, something that just feels like I need this to work out, but I don't trust that it's going to. That kind of vibe. That's what we're working with today. And so, really, just to give you like some tangible things to see, is this for me? Anyone who's chasing something important, but you're feeling stuck. I know I'm doing that currently. Anyone worried about the future, or if you keep getting caught up in what if spirals in your mind? Like, what if this goes wrong this way? What if it just doesn't work out the way I really need it to? What if it doesn't work out when I need it to? All that fun noise in our heads that we struggle with, right? Anyone facing change or life transitions, anyone who just wants to change their relationship to fear, this is for you. Because, yeah, we're focusing on what if things go right, right? We're activating that mindset. But in order to get to that mindset, we have to first change how we're responding to our fear. We have to change how we're working with our fear and how we're looking at our fear. And so as we're tapping today, we're going to first go through the more uncomfortable stuff. We're going to tap through some resistance, and then we're going to gradually guide ourselves, gently guide ourselves into being open to possibilities, open to things working out better for us. Because ultimately, we're responding with fear because we're not feeling safe in the moment. And so, this tapping exercise, this tapping session is going to be really effective in teaching you, giving you a different blueprint, a different framework on how to actually respond to your fear when it comes up. Because fear, it's not about emotional freedom. I said this recently in something I wrote. Emotional freedom is not about never having a negative feeling. It's not about never having negative thoughts. That's a part of the human experience. It's all in how you respond to it. And life is very neutral. Life loves us unconditionally. It loves us if we're being negative and hating life, or, just being resentful. And it loves us when we're being optimistic. It doesn't matter. So we always have all those options available to us. We just have to learn to become aware of when we're choosing and what we're choosing. So I'm hoping that this tapping is going to help you guys do that. And of course, I always recommend, if you feel the energy moving, but during our live, you don't feel like enough happened, go to the replay. I will post it shortly after I do the live. That way you can tap continuously. Okay. And I'll have the written script. And of course, you guys will be here on video with me. So, how to get ready for this, just real quick. Again, like I said, bring to mind that big uncertainty. You want to really be in the awareness of the thing that's bothering you, the thing that's kind of scaring you. Really keep that in the forefront of your mind. And when you're tapping on your own, address it specifically. Make sure you're hydrating as well. I have my water here to take a couple sips in between whenever I need to, but make sure you hydrate after, if not before, we do this. It just helps your body in releasing these repressed emotions and this emotional tension. Okay, and now before we get started, I want you guys to rate your anxiety. I want you to rate the intensity that you might feel around this thing. So for me, in my particular situation, the uncertainty I have in my life, it's usually like a fucking solid 8. I'm usually sitting at, if we're looking 0 to 10, right? 0 being I'm neutral, I'm good, I ain't worried about it, right? 10 being I can't fucking sleep at night because it's so like loud. This is just too intense. Like I need to figure this thing out. Okay, so decide where you are on that scale. For me, like I said, I'm usually at an 8. Take a sip of water and just stay really present with what we're doing. No matter what, throughout the whole process, just notice your body, okay? You don't have to really pay attention to the thoughts unless you have like a, oh my gosh, an aha moment, a breakthrough. Then write that down if you can, or at least, try to remember it. Oh goodness. Okay. And also for anyone who's new to tapping that joins me now or later, burping, yawning, crying, needing to stretch, feeling tired, all those things are somatic signals that you have processed some energy, that you are rewiring your brain. So take those as really good signs, okay, and celebrate those. And if you want to do a private one on one tapping, I do private sessions for tapping. I have full intensives that we do for 4 weeks or 8 weeks, or I have one off sessions. Those are all going to be linked in the replay as well. But okay, enough chitty chat from me. Let's start tapping. And of course, just repeat after me. Tap or I tap. Repeat after me. That's it. Simple, simple. Okay, we're going to start with our setup statement. We're going to start on the karate chop point right here. So just tap gently but firmly. And we're going to do this one 3 times. Okay. Even though I keep imagining things not working out, and I feel anxious and tense about the future, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I'm already starting to burp. And how I feel right now. Even though I keep imagining things won't work out, and I feel anxious and tense about the future, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and how I feel right now. Even though I keep imagining that things will not work out, and I feel anxious, and I feel anxious and tense about the future, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and how I feel right now. Okay, now take a nice, slow, deep breath in and let it out slowly. And tapping on that karate chop point, that setup point, it basically opens the door for this change to happen. It basically signals to your body, hey, I'm safe. We're good. Let's change this thing. Let's change how we're looking at this. And a part of what creates that safety, right, is the tapping itself, working with those meridian systems, the meridian system in your body, the flow of energy, but also giving yourself compassion. That's why we say it the way we do. Okay, now we're just going to go right in and address the discomfort. We're tapping on top of the head and just follow the points around with me. And if you do the replay, I'll have a picture of the points too, or I'll have a reference to them. I keep thinking this thing is not going to work out. My mind jumps straight to the worst case scenario. I feel that worry hanging over me. I keep asking, what if it all falls apart? I can feel the fear creeping in. And by the way, if the emotion gets more intense in the beginning, that's okay. Just keep tapping through it. It's a part of your body bringing it up to release it. And my thoughts just keep spinning. I feel stuck in this doubt at the mercy of it. And it's going to be right in the bra line. If you don't have a bra, just, imagine. I can't stop imagining problems. Right here at the corner of your pinky. And you're going to do that on each finger. I don't really trust that I'll be okay. This fear feels heavy. I wish I could just feel more certain. My mind keeps racing. But it's okay that I'm feeling this right now. And remember to always come back to your breath. We're not finished yet. We got 2 more rounds and then we'll do the whole thing all over again. And just notice here that we're not trying to fix what we're feeling, right? As we're tapping and addressing the discomfort, we're not trying to fix it. We're not trying to talk it away. We're holding space for it. We're just being with ourselves. I'm already starting to relax a little more than I was in the beginning. How are you guys feeling? Okay, round 2. Back to the top of the head. It's okay to not know what's coming. I don't really have to control every little thing. I can't. But I can take a breath and let a bit of tension go. I can just be here for a moment. I can notice the fear without judging it. I'm open to feeling even a tiny little bit of ease. I can let myself stop trying so hard. Mm, I just felt something unknot in my belly as I said that. That's the kind of stuff you want to notice. Because I can handle whatever comes next. I don't need to have all the answers right now. I can step back and just notice what's happening. I can soften a little in my body. I can give myself permission to pause when the fear gets loud. I notice that I am safe here in this moment. And really, really notice that, especially if the fear is intense for you right now. Just really notice, like, okay, I am safe. There's nothing trying to get me. I'm okay. Okay, now we're going to start shifting our perspective into what if things actually do work out for me? What if things can actually, what if I don't need to force them to go the way I want them to? What if I can just lean back, relax, and trust and see things actually play out in a way that benefits me? That's what we're going to open ourselves up to now. So, back to the top of the head. Even though it's hard to imagine things working out, I can let a little hope in. Maybe I can picture things going okay, even if just a little bit. I can notice a tiny flicker of possibility. I can give myself permission to imagine things working out. And really, that's why we're so stressed all the time. We're imagining that they're not going to work out. We're playing, rehearsing scenarios in our head that just aren't what we really want. So I can give myself permission to imagine things working out. I trust I can handle whatever shows up. Just thinking about this thing doesn't have to feel overwhelming. I can bask in a little relief as I notice small wins. I can welcome good things slowly and gently. I can be open to surprises in my favor, no matter how big or small. Even if it's tricky, I can let myself feel some excitement. I can celebrate progress, even the smallest steps. I can let myself enjoy thinking about things turning out well. I am ready and willing to see how good things can get. Okay. Again, another slow, deep breath in and out. It just tells your body, yeah, we're sinking into this, right? Okay. Now just notice how you're feeling. Notice where you are. Okay. Remember your rating in the beginning from a 0 to a 10. Mine was at an 8. Mine is definitely, I mean, it wasn't so much at an 8 when we started this. I've been tapping on this in my own time, but it was definitely still up there. And now I'm feeling a little more close to like a 4, maybe a 5, you know? So, how are you guys feeling with it right now? Where is your intensity level? Anywhere you are, even if you were at like a 10 and you're at an 8 now, that's okay. Be happy about it. Celebrate, not be happy, but you know what I mean? Celebrate that. Like, see that as like, that's a win. That's a good thing because the more you tap on it, the further down that's going to go. So, okay, now we're just going to flow through it, no stopping, just all together from start to finish. And then we'll be done with this session. Okay. All right. Back to that karate chop point. Even though I keep imagining things not working out, and I feel anxious and tense when I think about the future, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and how I feel right now. Even though I keep imagining things not working out and I feel anxious and tense about the future, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and how I feel right now. Okay, let's go to the top of the head. I keep thinking it might not work out, whatever it is for you. My mind jumps straight to the worst case scenario. My gosh. I feel like I burped around the same time last time. I feel that worry hanging over me. What if it all falls apart? Mm. I just noticed this like trickle down my spine when I said that. I felt like relief. I noticed the fear creeping in sometimes. My thoughts just keep spinning. I feel stuck in this doubt. I can't stop imagining problems. I don't really trust that I'll be okay. This fear feels heavy. I wish I could just feel more certain. My mind keeps racing, but it's okay that I'm feeling this right now. And it's okay to not know what's coming. I don't have to control every little thing. I can take a breath and let a bit of tension go. I can just be here for a moment. I can notice the fear without judging it. I'm open to feeling even a tiny bit of ease. I can let myself stop trying so hard. Because I can handle whatever comes next. I don't need to have all the answers right now. I can step back and just notice what's happening. I can soften a little in my body. I can give myself permission to pause when fear gets loud. I notice that I am safe here in this moment. And even though it's hard to imagine things working out, I can let a little hope in. I can picture things going okay, even if just a little bit. I can notice a tiny flicker of possibility. I can give myself permission to imagine things working out. I trust I can handle whatever shows up. Just thinking about it doesn't have to feel overwhelming. I can allow a little relief in as I notice small wins. I can welcome good things slowly and gently. I can be open to surprises in my favor, no matter how big or small. Even if it's tricky, I can let myself feel some excitement. I can celebrate progress, even the smallest steps. I can enjoy thinking about things turning out well. Mm, I love how that feels in my tummy when I say that one. I am ready and willing to see how good things can get. Okay. Okay. I need a sip of water. Sip, sip, friends. Mm. All right. Take a nice, long, deep breath in and a long exhale out. And just notice how you feel. Again, check in with that rating. Where are we at now? From that 0 to 10, where you started, where you were in the first round, and now where are you? Again, don't judge it. Don't judge any of it. But if you notice that you're really relaxed, you move some energy. I know I'm super relaxed. I burped a couple times throughout. I felt some things wiggling inside. And after tapping for going on 2 years now, like almost daily, those are the things that really tell you that your body literally saying, "Hey, this is working. We're we're moving through this. We're making progress. Keep going." And so that's really, really rewarding, I think, personally, especially when you've been really cut off from yourself, just not listening to yourself. Let's see. Let me look at my notes real quick because I want to make sure. Oh, I wanted to leave you guys with this. Something to contemplate this week, okay, before we do our next live session. What if I'm gonna ask you this question, okay? What if all I need to do to let the good stuff in, okay, is to feel safe in the moment? What if that's it? What if all I need to do to let good stuff happen to me is to help myself feel safe in the moment? What if that's it? What if you don't have to go jump through any hoops or fucking solve some like next level problem right now? What if you just need to help yourself feel safe in the moment? And what if that's when all the stuff starts rolling in? And I can tell you it is. I can tell you it is. That is when you start, instead of ruminating about how bad things are going to go, that's when you suddenly, I think I've heard on the internet it's called a glimmer, right? That's when you suddenly start to see like glimpses of like, oh, that could happen. Ooh, that feels really good. You start to feel really good. And that can trigger that fear again, right? But that's when you bring yourself back into safety. And every time you do, you're releasing more and more tension. You're releasing more and more emotional baggage because that's ultimately what's keeping us locked into that fearful mindset that things are not going to work out for me. Is the fear that we have yet to process and let go of, or even reframe, right? So contemplate that this week. Really think about that. And I encourage you to actually tap on that question alone, okay? Tap on it. You can even say something like, even though things have not worked out for me in the past, and I decided that was me, that was my life, I'm cursed. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, right? And I'm willing to consider, what if things could work out for me? What if this thing could actually go better than I expect? Tap literally on that right there. Tap on it and just see what comes up, see what you feel, see what you notice. See if you suddenly start getting inspired action. Your body actually saying, "Hey, go do this thing. This actually feels really good. This is life-giving." That's when you know it's really working. Because I used to not take any action on any of my goals or dreams. And now I can't fucking stop. I can't stop. You could call me a workaholic, but I love it so much that it doesn't feel like that. But okay, we can continue this conversation, my friends, if you need to, in a private tapping session. Like I said, I will have them linked for you, the booking links and my availability. Um, Other than that, I think we're good to go. I think that's it. I'd love to hear how you guys feel. I'd love to hear how these live tapping sessions are supporting you guys. I'd love to hear which scripts that we've done so far are really landing for you and what you might want to tap on in the future. I'm definitely open to suggestions because I'm just going off of my own good stuff over here. So, with that being said, I love you all. Thank you for being here with me. Those of you that were here live, thank you for those of you that come into the replay. And I'll catch you guys next week. Mwah.